March 7th, 2022. Here in Michigan, as you can see, 2 days ago it was in the 60s, and it's now in the 30s, around 31 degrees, and snowing. This video is about accelerating a requeening of a colony. Last year I had a colony that lost their queen, and they did queen cells on their own. It was colony 16, and I split it in half and made 16 in one, and both halves created a new queen. But this is the following year, and I went through and I found, this is what I found. Drone layer. The queen didn't get mated very well, so I quickly killed that queen and went to one of my small colonies that I maintained through winter. I took the smallest colony that I had that would not have amounted to anything on its own, and I caged the queen on a frame. Okay, this is the same 15-20 minutes. I put that queen in the medium, this honey super, on top with a shim in between. So the old colony's down here in the deep, and the new colony is now on top with the queen in a cage. So I'm gonna, I'll go ahead, I'll put this up right now. The day after I put that queen in a cage and put that colony's medium on top of the other colony's deep, the day after I did that, I went ahead and I took the cage off. I took this cage off. So now I'm going through indoors. This is what makes me a better beekeeper in America. I don't rely on the weather necessarily. And also, I work my ass off. All these colonies here I judged to be too small for the weather conditions. I did that last week. I brought in all the colonies that were too small. And one colony that I left out there was large enough, but they didn't have any honey nearby, and they got chilled. But I brought them in and used a hairdryer, warmed them up, and I saved part of the colony. The queen didn't make it, but I used those bees to increase the size of my smaller colonies. And like 3 or 4 other colonies got bees from the other colony. So it was a partial loss, but it wasn't a dead out. Okay, now I've already found the queen. I know where she's at to make this video quicker, and I didn't put this queen in just now. Like I said in my other video, I said this was a small queen. I wasn't really concerned too much if the colony from down below went up and killed that queen, because it wouldn't have been a great loss. And I'm trying to carefully handle this. There's not much sunshine today. There she is. See, she's a small queen. And I haven't even checked to see if she's laying or not. She's going into motions of laying. And the colony from down below in the deep has moved up. And they've left the drone brood. They're not concerned with that. They know that's not the brood they want. And they've moved up to the other colony's frame. And they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know, after you have a few years experience, you don't have to look to see if there's any eggs. You just look and see, are they doing what they're supposed to be doing? And then you wait a week and go back and check and see, is it capped? Are the eggs the queen's laying, are they making it? Just because the queen is laying eggs doesn't mean that they're able to maintain enough heat to keep those eggs alive long enough to turn into larvae. So that's important. Go back and check later to see if they're continuing to turn those eggs into larvae. That's important. If they're not, then the colony's not big enough, or it's too cold. You need to add more bees. See, there she is. Okay, so this is an accelerated queen requeening. This is not the greatest queen in the world, but what I try to do is I try to maintain colonies long enough until the end of April, early May, where I can actually, let them decide if they want to create a new queen with with a larva in here. Just because she may not be a good queen doesn't mean that the offspring from this queen is going to be no good. I had foliage rusting bees queens, and those queens are no good, but I did get some good hybrids off of those queens. So you can get a good queen off a bad queen if that queen, that virgin queen from that bad queen gets mated with a good drone, okay? So it works both ways, okay? Not necessarily do you have to have great queens all the time to get great queens. You can have a so-so queen that's bred with good drones turn out to be, the virgin queen from that bad queen turns out to be a good queen. I know what I'm trying to say, okay? Thank you.